You must determine where you are going in your life, because you cannot get there unless you move in that direction. Random wandering will not move you forward. It will instead disappoint and frustrate you and make you anxious and unhappy and hard to get along with. Dreams without goals are just dreams. The truth is, the bad things don't affect us as profoundly as we expect them to. That's true of good things too. We adapt very quickly to either. Never overlook contempt. When someone views you with contempt and talks to you like you're beneath them, they will likely do you harm, whether relationally, socially, or physically. Remove that person from your life. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. You can't be happy with someone else if you aren't happy with yourself. Be not afraid of life. Believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help create the fact. Emotion, which is suffering, ceases to be suffering as soon as we form a clear and precise picture of it. People's actions tell the truth about them, not their words. Real growth is when you start checking and correcting yourself, instead of blaming others. You take your power back by being responsible for your life. If you can't understand why someone is doing something, look at the consequences of their actions, whatever they might be, and then infer the motivations from their consequences. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that is changing really quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. Tomorrow never comes because it's always today. Most of the time, you have to swallow the pain and learn to grow up by yourself. Money doesn't guarantee happiness, but poverty can bring significant challenges. Hiding from your problems won't make them disappear. Facing them is the only way to grow. Regrets can linger for a lifetime if you don't learn to forgive yourself and others. Time spent comparing yourself to others is time spent on wasteful thoughts. People will often take advantage of your kindness if you let them. Problems are rarely as bad as we think, or rather, they are precisely as bad as we think. Your obsession with finding happiness is what prevents its attainment. Treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. If you are in your 20s, many relationships will fail and not work, but function as learning exercises. Because of this, don't stress so much. It's all just practice until you're married. Your friends and family do not always know what is best for you. The greatest sin is to think of yourself as weak. Don't allow anyone to treat you badly just because you love them. Knowing when to mind your own business and when to speak up is a life lesson that takes time. But once you know when to react or retract, life flows much more smoothly. You have to take chances sometimes, and although it can be scary and outside your comfort zone, you'll never know what could have been unless you go for it. The big secret in life is that there is no big secret. Whatever your goal, you can get there if you're willing to work. If you do not make yourself indispensable, you will be unemployed soon. Never let yourself become completely dependent on anyone. Always be able to support yourself financially, mentally, and physically. A wise man can learn more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. We walk away from our dreams afraid we may fail, or worse yet, afraid we may succeed. You can't expect everyone to be good to you, and at the same time, you can't be good to everyone. It is during the worst times of your life that you will get to see the true colors of the people who say they care for you. If you never heal from what hurt you, you'll bleed on people who didn't cut you. Never expect and never put too much trust in anyone. Don't stick with bad friends just because you've known them for a long time. Our wounds are often the openings into the best and most beautiful part of us. Usually, people only want to hear the good, not the bad. So, if you have issues, it'll be hard to find people to confide in. Numbing the pain for a while will make it worse when you finally feel it. When a defining moment comes along, you can do one of two things: define the moment, or let the moment define you. Stay away from narcissists. They don't play by any rules. They will suck the life out of you slowly. You need to learn how to select your thoughts just the same way you select your clothes every day. This is a power you can cultivate if you want to control things in your life so badly. Work on the mind. That's the only thing you should be trying to control. No matter what good you do to people, they will only remember your mistakes. In every situation, life is asking us a question, and our actions are the answer. Our job is simply to answer well. Say no to your desire to be perfect. Otherwise, you won't be able to improve further. The regret of putting first those who don't put you first makes your life painful.